For the past 12 years, I've owned a small pizza company in Chicago. And for the past 12 weeks, we have found a way to survive the COVID-19 pandemic. We are a pizza shop that makes face shields. Let me give you a little bit of background. The pizza shop is called Dimo's, and it's actually located just a block from where I'm standing right now. We're fun, we're quirky, we're the kind of shop that if you were out with friends for a night on the town, chances are you probably stopped in and grabbed a slice. Or if you've had your kid's birthday party, you got people over, you want to feed them, we're your place, you gave us a call. We worked hard, we enjoyed ourselves, and we enjoyed being part of our local communities. But when COVID-19 hit, we were faced with a decision about how to weather the oncoming storm. It was a hard decision, but in the end, we decided that we had more to give if we were open than if we were closed. But battles are won and lost in transition. It felt like a knife fight. With 50 people's livelihoods on the line, there was no time for anything but action. And that action was guided by three things. It was guided by passion, it was guided by adaptability, and it was guided by innovation. About 2 weeks into the pandemic, a couple of my friends that are Chinese, they told me something that I'm never gonna forget. They said it in Mandarin, the word for crisis, wei zi, has the word for opportunity, zi wei, inside of it. And it's not sort of like a direct situation where inside all crises is opportunity. It's contextual. It depends upon what character goes before and after and how you pronounce the word. And that's exactly like what it's like in real life. When a crisis hits, there can be opportunity, but it depends on what you do. And that was the question that I found myself asking over and over again is during this crisis, how can we make an opportunity to save the business and at the same time make things better? For us, that answer was face shields. But it didn't start with that. It started with us giving away pizza to everybody that needed it. We gave pizza to hospitals, to homeless shelters, to other essential workers. We created new products as the demands of the market shifted. We partnered with a variety of different supportive organizations that sprouted up to help in the pandemic. And we partnered with other local businesses just to show some solidarity. That felt great, but it wasn't enough. The moment that we were in, it called for more. In many ways, it was a normal problem that any business at one point or another asks itself, how, in the interest of surviving, are we going to make more money, right? You can't be a business and function without funds. So what would have to change? What would have to be different so that we could continue to exist? But COVID-19 posed an immediate and a novel crisis. It caused me to have to think about the challenges that we face in a new way, sort of with a beginner's mind, to see what we had for what it could be, not for what it was. And with that context, I had two thoughts. One is, well, we have a team of people that previously had a purpose for serving customers in the front of house for the dining experience. They don't have too much to do at the moment. And number two, we have an underutilized asset, namely our pizza ovens, which normally reheat slices to give to customers. You put both of those two things together with the fact that at that time, there was a critically low level of a very important medical device that could save people's lives, face shields. And you could see where an idea begins to coalesce. First, to my friend Brandon. He worked with acrylic, and I knew acrylic was going to be important in the production of this new device. I first talked to him on the 19th of March, and I badgered him every single day for probably about a week straight until he recognized my urgency and he stepped up. And in his spare time, of which he had very little, he helped me create a prototype so that I knew that this idea that I had actually was feasible. But making one is, sort of simple, relatively speaking. You have to make it at scale if you're gonna try to make a difference. And that was the next question. We had made pizza by the slice at scale many, 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 many times. That's how we exist. But we needed additional help because this was a new process for us. I went to my friend Dan. He had just finished with Google. He'd worked design team over at the Pixel, and he helped me think through the design and the process of manufacturing this brand new product in the span of just a couple weeks. Lastly, who's gonna build the device? That's both easy and hard. It's easy because we have a team of people that don't have pizza to sling anymore. But it's hard because slinging pizza and making face shields aren't exactly the same thing. But for Tara, who had been with the organization for many years and really believed in the mission, and for Quisha, who is going to school to be a nurse and understood the medical necessity of what this would accomplish, they relished the task. And they rose to the occasion, and I put them in charge of figuring out how we could ramp up to 5,000 face shields a week. And within 3 weeks, we were making face shields. Cut acrylic, drill the holes, peel the plastic, take the acrylic, put it in the oven, wait 45 seconds, pull it out, put it in the mold, put the other mold on top, wait patiently for it to cool, open it up, take out the shield, now nicely formed, attach the foam right around the forehead, attach the straps with Velcro around the back, boom, you got yourself a face shield, and one more person is safe. I wish I could say that we sold the face shields, we made up our lost revenue, and everybody was safe. But as you know, the world kept shifting. It was not that simple. The hospitals that could purchase 5,000 face shields a week, they found other sources for the face shields, or they changed their protocols so that they can conserve what they had and make them last for longer, which was great. It meant more people would stay safe. It also meant that we had to change again. This time, we went to our community, and we asked them to support us, to help us give away what we had made to help keep others safe who could not purchase these face shields, who didn't have the funds. And they stepped up, and that allowed us to give our entire first production away. And we gave it to veterans hospitals, we gave it to nursing homes, we gave it to other small health community organizations. Even our mailman got one. And that was great. It didn't save the business, but it got us some press. And with that press, I found myself on the phone with a kid from India. He was from Mumbai, and he'd seen us on Instagram, and he wanted to keep his own community safe, and he wanted to know how he could build his own face shields. And as I was talking him through the myriad of difficulties that he was navigating to make his own face shields for his own people, I realized that, and this is probably an obvious sentiment, but I realized that we did not need to save the business to make a difference. Everybody that contributed to the project, they had something that they were good at, that they were the best at, that they gave to the project willingly, freely, and often. And them giving that gift created a feeling that was so much more powerful than the virus, so much more contagious than the virus itself. And it gave us hope. And it told us to keep going. Do not stop. Because the world that we live in today, it's gone. The assumptions about what we can and cannot do, who and what keeps us safe, how the world works, these assumptions are gone. But because they are gone, there is space. There's space for something new. And that space is scary. But with that space brings an opportunity. An opportunity to provide, to create, to make the world a just world, the world as it ought to be. And that is a challenge, no doubt. But I think that we're up for it. As a country, as a world, but specifically in the United States was founded upon the principle that all are created equal, that there are certain unalienable rights that we all are granted: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's clear we are not there yet. We still have a lot of work to do. We were founded in a way that was innovative in and of itself at the time. It means that that innovation is baked into our DNA, into who we are as a people. For everyone that was born here, and for anyone who comes here to this country to seek a better life. That innovation is inside of us. And so, though it may be a huge challenge to make this new world, I know we're up for it. I'm just one person. When COVID hit, I didn't have the resources to mobilize, to stop it. I didn't have the reach to tell people what to do so that people could feel safe. All I had was my own domain. And I acted inside of that, and I acted with passion and flexibility, and I created new things that we never had before. And that provided us with the ability to fight another day. We're still here. We're still making pizza. We're still making face shields. And that meant that we got to keep our jobs and our health insurance. And we're now in the process of giving raises to everybody in the entire company. That might not stop COVID, but that means a world of difference to those who work here. It might feel dark and it might feel bleak out in the world right now, but there's no reason to despair. We must keep that hope. Each of us has a light. No matter who we are, where we come from, what we do for a job, we have a gift that we were born with. And I feel that it is our moral obligation to give that gift freely, to shine light in the service of others. Thank you for your time.